Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, surpassing the $100,000 mark. In this context, the president of the European Central Bank announces victory in the battle against inflation, just days before the final meeting of the year. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump has nominated the renowned advocate for innovation, Paul Atkins, as the new head of the SEC. Finally, the chairman of the Federal Reserve stated that Bitcoin competes with gold rather than the dollars. The European Central Bank, or ECB, is gearing up for its final meeting of the year on December 12th, with expectations of a possible further interest rate cut. In a year defined by the fight against inflation and a weakening economy, ECB President Christine Lagarde highlighted the persistent challenges and geopolitical risks complicating the economic outlook. At the same time, she emphasized that while there is still work to be done, our fight against inflation is almost over. Following a temporary rise in inflation to 2.3% in November, driven by slower declines in energy prices and an increase in food costs, Lagarde reaffirmed that the target of bringing inflation back to 2% remains on track. However, she acknowledged that underlying factors, such as wages in the services sector, continue to exert upward pressure on prices. Lagarde also pointed out that inflation is expected to rise temporarily in the fourth quarter of the year as the sharp declines in energy prices from previous months phase out of annual comparisons. Nonetheless, she assured that inflation should fall back toward the target over the course of next year. Economic growth in the Eurozone has been weak throughout 2024, with a modest increase of 0.4% in the third quarter, attributed to what are considered purely temporary factors. Christine Lagarde pointed out that key sectors, such as manufacturing, remain in contraction, while the services sector is slowing down. In the medium term, geopolitical risks and trade barriers pose significant threats to the region's economic stability. The ECB has cut interest rates 3 times this year, each by 0.25 percentage points, bringing the current rate to 3.25%. These moves aim to balance the need to curb inflation with the effort to stimulate growth. However, Lagarde emphasized that future decisions will depend on incoming data and will be made on a meeting-by-meeting basis, leaving options open for 2025. Despite this, markets are pricing in a potential rate cut of between 25 and 50 basis points at this final meeting of the year. The year 2024 will be remembered as the year the ECB began a shift toward easing monetary policy after a period of strict rate hikes. With inflation declining and the economy still fragile, the decisions made in December will set the tone for the start of the new year in an increasingly uncertain global environment. So yes, we'll be keeping a close eye on the decision from the BCE this December 12th, where of course we're anticipating a rate cut, though we still don't know the exact percentage. This will give us a clearer picture of how things wrap up for the year, as we'd like to see the central bank truly winning the battle against inflation. Now, let's talk about Donald Trump. He is named the new chairman of the SEC, and you won't believe who it is. But I'll give you a hint, it's a pro-crypto entrepreneur. There's no doubt that this decision, along with others I'm about to share, will have a significant impact on the crypto market. Let me break it down for you, but first.
Welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity.
The nomination of Paul Atkins as chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, announced by President-elect Donald Trump, has been met with enthusiasm from the cryptocurrency market. Atkins, a strong advocate for innovation in digital assets with a solid track record as an SEC commissioner from 2002 to 2008, is seen as a pivotal figure to reform the institution's regulatory approach. Trump described him as a proven leader in common-sense regulations and highlighted his experience as CEO of Patamak Global Partners and his involvement in the blockchain industry since 2017. Trump's arrival at the White House reinforces expectations for a more favorable environment for cryptocurrencies in the United States. His proposal to transfer oversight of crypto assets from the SEC to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, could create a more flexible and less punitive framework, encouraging innovation and attracting investments. This shift is seen as an opportunity to position the U.S. as a global leader in blockchain technology. Among Trump's initiatives is the creation of a national Bitcoin reserve with the ambitious goal of accumulating 1 million BTC in 5 years. This plan, inspired by previous legislation from Senator Cynthia Lummis, aims to establish Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and public debt. Additionally, Trump has proposed a cryptocurrency advisory council to accelerate the adoption of these assets and strengthen the country's competitiveness in the global financial arena. The impact of these announcements is already visible in the market, with Bitcoin surpassing $100,000, a milestone driven by widespread optimism. Meanwhile, recent political events such as Bernie Moreno's election to the Ohio Senate highlight growing support for cryptocurrencies in the U.S. political landscape. Despite the excitement, significant challenges remain. Aligning state and federal regulation, as well as fostering international cooperation, will be crucial for ensuring sustainable growth. However, Trump's promises and those of his team could mark a turning point. If these initiatives materialize, the United States could emerge as a global hub for blockchain innovation, transforming traditional financial systems and promoting mass adoption of cryptocurrencies. Throughout his campaign, Trump positioned himself as a pro-crypto president, announcing numerous measures in favor of cryptocurrencies and financial deregulation. So we'll be watching closely, eager to see how these measures take shape and monitoring the boost they could bring to the crypto ecosystem. The chairman of the United States Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, reiterated that Bitcoin does not pose a threat to the US dollar, but rather competes directly with gold as a speculative asset. Speaking at the Dealbook Summit, organized by the New York Times on December 4th, Powell explained, "People use Bitcoin as a speculative asset. It's like gold, but virtual. It's digital." Powell emphasized that Bitcoin is neither used as a means of payment nor as a store of value due to its high volatility. It's not a competitor to the dollar. It's really a competitor to gold, he stated. These remarks echo previous comments he made in 2021, where he similarly compared Bitcoin to gold during an event hosted by the Bank for International Settlements. At the same event, Powell also dismissed the notion that Bitcoin reflects a lack of confidence in the dollar or in the Federal Reserve, noting that he does not believe that is the general perception among people. He also addressed the role of cryptocurrency companies, stating that they can operate with banks as long as they do not pose risks to financial stability. Although President-elect Donald Trump has criticized Powell in the past, the Federal Reserve chairman affirmed that he has no intention of resigning, even if the new president attempts to remove him. With these statements, Powell reinforces his stance on Bitcoin and its place in the global economy. Time will tell who wins this battle, Trump or Powell, while we hope that Trump's measures gradually lead to the easing of regulations, allowing Bitcoin and the entire ecosystem to continue developing in a healthy environment. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you don't miss future analyses. Share this video with your friends and with other trading and cryptocurrency communities so more people can grow in their trading journey. Best of luck with your positions, and see you next time.